welcome to Yoga with Lee. I'm Lee and I'm thrilled that you're here joining me today for yoga. And Sam is over here on his yoga mat / very cushy pillow bed with lots of blankets. So he might join us today. He might come into the picture and do a beautiful demonstration of his down dog. But anyway, hopefully he will. That's Sam. So I thought today would be a great day just to do a very relaxing practice and to stay very mellow and to have that feeling of coming home to ourselves, not to our physical homes or where we live, but home to our bodies and home to our breath and home to presence. And in this practice, just a reminder, if there's anything that we're doing that doesn't feel good for you, then please opt out and just do what feels good and leave the rest behind. Join in again when it feels right to do so. But we'll start sitting, making sure you feel comfortable in your posture. I like to sit on a little height. It's a block like this, but a folded blanket, a pillow, a book. It's nice to be able to rotate the pelvis forward a little bit, and then from there, lengthen the spine and lift up through the crown of the head. Let's just do a few shoulder rolls. You can close the eyes and just roll the shoulders up and back and down and away from the ears. And then relax the shoulders. Just release and let go. And let's do a letting go breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And if there's any tension that you would like to let go of in particular, anything that you don't want to carry with you into our practice today, let's do another letting go breath and just release it, inhaling fully. We'll begin to deepen the breath, but let's bring the right hand to the navel and the left hand to the heart space, energetic heart, and begin to deepen your breath, feeling the movement of the breath beneath your hands. And let this feel nourishing for you. A quality of comfort, just hands resting on the body, connected to the breath as it flows in and as it flows out. You can bring the right hand to meet the left, both hands over your heart center in a gentle bowing towards your heart space. You can create your spiritual intention for our practice today. It can be helpful if it's just a word, keep it simple. A benefit you would like to receive, like courage, peace, acceptance, compassion, whatever it is, just let it arise from your heart and repeat it a few times to yourself. Nice, and then from there, we'll lengthen the spine again, lift the head, and just release the hands down to your legs. Begin to deepen the breath, and we're going to shift the rib cage forward. This is our inhalation. And then as you begin your exhalation, you can circle your rib cage to one side and back, and then the inhalation, the other side and forward. And try and make this movement as smooth as you can. Very fluid through the spine, rooted to the earth. And then we'll flow the other way. Breathing in as you circle forward and breathing out as you circle back. And then next time you circle forward, then let's come to center. And extend that right hand away from you. And let's reach that left arm overhead. You can turn your chin towards your armpit. Full breath into your side body. And then we'll come on up. And let's take that to the other side. So the left hand can slide away from you. And then we'll breathe in. Let's reach that arm overhead. Feel that length. Careful that your head's not just collapsed on your shoulder. Try and keep space there. You can slide that hand farther away if you feel like it's a little congested. Let's take another full breath. Breathe in and out. Let's come to center. Nice. And then a little sway side to side. Think of your spine, I should say, as being like water. And we're just letting the spine flow side to side, very fluid. And then let's bring ourselves to center, and we'll extend the legs forward. And you can shake the legs out a little bit, stretch them out. And from here, we'll make our way to our mats. So Sam is here. Yeah, sweet Sam. So as you come to all fours, hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your pelvis. But then from there, we'll take the hands forward about 6 inches or so. We're going to do some hip circles here. So with the hands forward, you can shift the hips forward a little more that way. Circle to the right and back, and to the left and forward. We can exhale to circle back and inhale to circle forward. And then we'll switch directions, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Next time you circle forward, then from there, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and we'll tuck the toes. If it doesn't feel good to tuck your toes, that's fine. You can leave them untucked. But if it feels okay, it's a nice stretch. We'll breathe in, extend the spine, lift the heart. And as you breathe out, untuck the toes, round the back, and draw your navel in. Breathe in, extend the spine, lift the heart. And breathe out, draw your navel in. Breathe in, tuck your toes. This time as you exhale, lower your sit bones to your heels. Child's pose, forehead to the earth or towards the earth. And then with the inhalation, we'll come right back up into cow, extending the spine, and then back into child's pose. Breathing in, coming into cow, and breathing out into child's pose. Step the right foot forward so that we're in a low lunge. As you breathe in, shift the hips forward and lift the heart. Lift the chin. And as you breathe out, we're going to flex that right foot back towards the shin bone. The leg can be straight or it can be a little bent, either way. But we'll shift the hips forward. So with the breath, breathing in and then breathing out. And let's do one more. Flowing with the breath, smooth and easy. As you come forward this time, let's take it into a gentle twist. So right hand to the right leg, kind of lift that back knee a little bit and then release it to the floor. And then press into that leg gently. You can turn towards the right, use your leg as a little bit of leverage. Or perhaps reach that arm to the sky. That's another option. Make sure your breath is flowing with ease. Circle that arm back behind you. Let's step that right knee back. Tuck the toes, breathe in cow, and breathe out into child's pose. Step the left foot forward, come into your low lunge. We'll shift the hips forward and then breathe in. As you breathe out, flex the foot back towards your shin bone, hinging at your left hip crease. Breathe in, lift the heart, gaze forward, and breathe out to fold over that left leg. One more breath. Breathe in and out. Let's breathe in and shift the weight forward, low lunge to where you feel a good stretch. And then the left hand can come to your left leg and take a gentle twist towards your left. And if it feels good for you on this side, you can extend that left arm to the sky, breathing in and breathing out. Circle that arm and lower the hand to the floor. Step the left foot back, left knee back, all fours. Tuck the toes, breathe in, come into your cow, and breathe out. This time lift the knees and come into your down dog. But we're going to walk the dog a little bit here slowly, bending one knee and reaching the opposite heel straight down towards the earth. And then bend both knees and bring your belly towards your thighs, sit bones towards the sky, and nod your head a few times. Let's do a letting go breath here. Good, nice. And then breathe in fully. Straighten the legs and reach down through the heels, coming into your down dog. And it doesn't matter if the heels come to the earth or not. You can stay way up on the balls of the feet if that feels better for you. Just find a place where you feel a good stretch. And breathe. And then from your down dog, let's come onto the knees. We'll breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. Let's step that right foot forward. So we're back in our lunge. This time, we're going to tuck the toes with the back foot and come into a lunge here. Lift the heart, gaze forward. And then walk your hands and pivot your feet. So your feet are nice and wide here. Hands are underneath your shoulders, bend the knees, and then sway the hips side to side and try and stay low through your midline so that we're not lifting and then bending, lifting the hips and lowering the hips. We want to try and keep low, so hips sway from side to side, spine sways, head sways. Nice, and then from our flow side to side, walk the hands, pivot the feet to your front of your mat again, and step that back foot forward. So that from here you can bend the knees and fold the arms. Have that feeling that you're draped over your legs. Sit bones can be towards your heels here, and then nod your head. Turn it side to side and sway a little bit. Rotating the hips, keeping the arms and head heavy. Beautiful, nice. And then release the hands to the earth. Walk your feet back, take a few steps back and right into your down dog cleansing breath. And just hold and breathe. Feel free to come out of your down dog whenever you like. We want to feel as though we're like a mountain here, embodying mountain, broad foundation, tailbone reaching to the sky, like the apex of the mountain. Nice, and then lower onto your knees nice and wide, and then take your big toes together. So that with your knees wide, you can walk your hands here towards your right and keep your hands shoulder width apart and let that left sitting bone feel heavy and lower the forehead towards the earth or to the earth. Welcome a full breath. Noticing how the breath affects the stretch, The inhalation and the release, the exhalation. Let's lift the head and we'll walk the hands the other way, about shoulder width apart, breathing in and breathing out, head towards the earth or to the earth. Let that right sit bone feel particularly heavy, and let your breath flow generously with ease, observing and noticing. Beautiful, nice. And then you can come on up. We'll bring the hands to center and just walk the hands forward, but tent the fingers, and then lower your forehead towards the earth or to the earth, just to get a little deeper stretch in the shoulders or a different experience, as opposed to hands just flat on the earth. And let your heart center feel as though it's melting down towards the earth. And then you can walk your hands back towards you. Come on up. We'll take the knees to one side and lower onto the opposite hip and extend the legs forward. You can shake the legs out a little bit. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together. And then lift your sit bones away from, well, you can lift your sit bones, but we'll lift the buttocks away from the sit bones. So we get a forward rotation of the pelvis, holding onto the feet or the ankles. Let's breathe in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, tip the bowl of your pelvis forward and tuck your chin a little bit, coming into a stretch, wherever that feels good for you. With every exhalation, have that feeling that you're just softening a little bit more, releasing into the stretch just a little bit more. And then from your forward fold, cobbler's pose that's coming up, we'll bring the knees together and then extend the legs straight forward. You can shake the legs out a little bit here. Keep the right leg straight and bend the left. I'm going to cross that foot over the leg. Interlace your fingers, reestablish the length of the spine, and then take the left hand behind you as you draw the right knee towards you. We can, again, inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, come into that twist. Breathing into the belly. Keep your shoulders where they are and think of drawing a horizontal line with your nose and look over the opposite shoulder. And then to center, let's unwind and we'll take that right to the other side. So here, bending the leg, crossing the foot over, take a moment to lengthen the spine. And then come into your twist part way. Inhale fully, reestablish that length. And then toes of that extended foot, we want them to be pointing to the sky. So establish that length. And then the next exhalation takes you into that rotation. Breath in the belly. Keep your shoulders where they are, horizontal line, with your nose looking over the other shoulder. Beautiful, nice. And then let's come to center and unwind. Extend that leg forward. We're going to come into our forward fold. But always know you have an option with our forward fold to keep the legs a little bit bent. So adjusting buttocks away from your sit bones, so you get that forward rotation of the pelvis a little more easily. But if your hamstrings are really tight, or if your low back feels tight, feel free to bend the knees. And toes are to the sky, whether the legs are bent or straight. If they're bent or straight, well, thumbs to the shoulders, reach to the sky, reach forward to where you feel a good stretch, wherever that place is. It's nice to have the hands be shoulder width apart so your collarbones are broad and your breath can flow. Or you can, if your legs are straight, walk the hands forward, or maybe take the hands to the feet, releasing into your stretch there. But always listening and finding that ease, finding that sweetness without strain, without forcing, where you can stay with your breath. Beautiful, nice. And then from there, we can come on up. We'll breathe in and out. Let's lower the arms down and then shake the legs out a little bit. We're going to make our way onto our backs for Shavasana. So a short and sweet, full relaxation, lying on your back. And as you lie on your back, we want the feet to be about as wide as the mat. And then the arms are open away from the sides of the body so that the arms aren't touching your ribs at all, the upper rib cage. We want breathing space. Armpits can breathe, so to speak. Can wiggle the toes a little bit, wiggle the fingers, rock your hips side to side, rock your head gently side to side. And then come into a place of stillness and centering. And let's do our letting go breath here, inhaling fully. Just let all the tension and stress that you've been carrying, just let it all go now. Let's do one more letting go breath. Let it drain into the earth beneath you. Let the weight of your body surrender to gravity. All the muscles of your body softening, letting go of their holding. And have your next 3 breaths be a little fuller and deeper, so that you can feel the belly rising and the chest rising. You might want to bring now right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart center. Feeling the belly rise, the chest rise and fall. Rise and fall. Rise and fall. Let your breath find its natural rhythm. Let your awareness just rest on the flow of your breath, coming home to your body, to your breath, to the present moment, breath by breath. And Thich Nhat Hanh has said, peace is every step. And I like to think of it also as peace is every breath. Breath by breath by breath. Stay as long as you like in your Shavasana, or you can slowly begin to deepen the breath, bring some movement again into your feet, toes, hands, head. Bend the knees towards your chest. You can rock gently side to side. And then you can roll to your side and push yourself up. And we'll end our practice. And finishing our practice, returning to our sitting mountain, feeling very rooted and solid through the foundation, crown of the head, reaching into the sky above you. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Let's do one more. I don't want to carry it with me any longer. Letting go breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. You can bring your hands to your heart and bow your head gently towards your heart of hearts, towards your inner light, your inner radiance. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today, and I wish you health and wellness and happiness, and I look forward to next time. Take care.